In lesson 5, we're going to talk about hypotenuse leg proofs. So in the first question, it says, what additional information is needed to prove that the two triangles are congruent using HL triangle congruence? So I see I have my right angles at A and V. They gave me AB is congruent to BW. And what they did is they gave me one of the legs, which means I need my other, or my hypotenuse sides, which are the ones opposite the right angles, to be congruent. So the second question says, is there more than one answer to this question? So unlike the one in class, the answer to this is no, because there is only one hypotenuse side. So in class, we were given the hypotenuse and the right angle, and we used one of the legs to make HL. Now they gave us one of the legs, so therefore the only option left is CB is congruent to XW, because that's our hypotenuse. Now we're going to complete a proof using this congruence. So we're given RS perpendicular to TS, RV perpendicular to TV, and then ST is congruent to VT. And we want to prove RS congruent to RV, which usually tells us we're probably going to use CP/CTC, but let's create our chart and we'll get everything down and organized first. So we've got our statements and our reasons. So first things first, we have RS perpendicular to TS, and we have RV is perpendicular to TV, and then they also gave us that we had ST is congruent to VT. So we'll mark that one up, get rid of that one because it's pretty easy, it's given. So now step 2, we'll work with our perpendiculars. So RS and ST would give us a right angle at S, and then RV perpendicular to TV would give us a right angle at V. So angle 1 and angle 2 are right angles. 2, or reason for 2, perpendicular lines form right angles. And then we always follow that up with saying that those two angles are congruent. And our reason is because all right angles are congruent. So next we have an angle and a side, but we're out of givens. So we'll go with our reflexive piece. So for RT is congruent to RT, reflexive property of congruence. And now as we look to count our pattern, we have side angle on the top and side angle on the bottom, which we should know by now is not allowed. However, when that angle is a right angle, then we are allowed to go with our hypotenuse leg pattern. So now we're going to go with step 5. We have to make our statement first about our two angles being, our statement about our two triangles being right triangles, so triangle RST and triangle RVT are right triangles. Now we know that that is true because they are triangles with one right angle. Now we are allowed to say that those same two triangles RST and RVT are congruent, and our reason is HL. So we can finish that final piece off here with RS is congruent to RV, and our reason is going to be CP/CTC.